Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule. Stop in and see what it is I'm up to. 20 question tag, although I wasn't tagged. Miranda PMV just did this and she left it open, so it's an open tag and I'm going to do that. I just finished up doing this piece. Quick little doodle. I found a bunch of these tiles the other day over at the dumpster. So I've been doodling around. I got a doodle down here on the desk. I'll show you all another time. And yeah, these are Art Deco paint pens, so they should last on top of this. Anyway, just thought I'd share that around. Get on with these questions. What does your name mean? Which name? The name I was born with. Let's see. What kind of, I got a lot of reflection going on right there. Is that the TV? No, it's probably going to be my computer. All right. My real name means free man. Jackson Korea. If you're following me on Facebook or I think on Twitter it's the same, or Instagram. Jackson means Jacksonville. Korea is the name of the street we lived on. I had a Facebook page, Korea Court Haunted House, for the longest time, and then they changed their rules and regulations and said I couldn't have that as a private page or as a personal page. So they made me change it, and they wanted my real name. And yeah, so Doc Inc. I've been Doc for, I don't know, a long time. Look a little crooked here. There we go. Maybe that's crooked the other way. I don't know. Doc is really a nickname for a medic, and I was an ambulance personnel for the longest time. And I just kind of like the name, and it kind of goes along with Inc., which is a play on my real last name. So, Inc. as in I-N-K. So yeah, you know, stuff like this. So it all kind of just fits together. Where are you from? Not here. Actually, I mean, right now I am in Jacksonville, Florida. Many of y'all may know that. I was born in Toms River, New Jersey. I lived in Seaside Heights, Seaside Park, Ortley Beach area until high school time. And then I moved to Morristown, which is just outside of Philadelphia, just across the bridge from Philadelphia. And then we lived around that area for a long time after I got out of service. Well, not a long time, a couple of years after we got out of service. I had a bad accident, several bad accidents, but the last one that messed up my face, I've got all these metal plates around. I just can't deal with cold. So we moved out here to Florida. Still gets a little cold here in Jacksonville, but it's not that bad. I can usually cope with it. So, well, third question is, where were you born? So that kind of fit in. I already gave that answer. But actually, I was born in a maternity hospital. It was more of just a big house somewhere there in Toms River. I remember staying at one point in time, but at least I think I remember. I don't know. I've had so many concussions, my memories are... Anyway, not go there. What would your parents have named you if you were another gender? Whew. I don't know. I have no idea. It was never talked about. My real name is the same as my father's. My late sister was going to be Penny because of her red hair, but somehow she got Candy. It was going to be Penny Candy, but it ended up Candy, And none of us have a middle name, so what is your biggest accomplishment? Waking up every day. uh, I, Man, I don't know. My kids, I've got some really great kids. They've all turned out really good. They've given me some really good grandkids. Other than that, yeah, there's not a whole lot. There's not much else that I am happier or prouder of than my kids. We'll put it that way. What is your eye color? Blue. What is your favorite candle set? It may come as a surprise to some of y'all, but I like black cherry. I mean, I actually leave these sitting out just because they kind of perfume the air, and they're the ones. I've got 3 or 4 of them around the house that I burn. So, can you cook? Some people say I can. I usually make things that are fairly edible. So, what is good about your life right now? That's question number 9. Maybe I should have studied these a little bit more. What is good about your life right now? I'm fairly happy with my life the way it's going at the moment. I like the new digs. I enjoy spending time with the grandbrat every day. I enjoy getting out to the kids' houses and having dinner twice a week. I enjoy getting out still. I kind of miss getting out as much as I was getting out before I moved here. I think I was running away from the memories at the house. So I'm a lot more comfortable where I'm at. I think I'm a lot happier at the moment. What is your sign? I'm a Scorpio, born in November. What scares you most about aging? I don't know. I don't want to end up in a nursing home hooked up to machines. We're in a hospital hooked up to machines. I hope if something happens and this thing in here blows up, then I'm done. So that's what scares me the most. Getting old, I don't know. I have got so many aches and pains, and I've been dealing with them for most of my life. Well, half my life at any rate, 30-some years, and it just is what it is. What is your favorite holiday? Halloween. Hands down, without a doubt, Halloween. Next to that would be Thanksgiving, and we're going to throw in Veterans Day and Memorial Day in there. 4th of July. Not right at the top, though, the peak is Halloween. I mean, people think that stuff like this is Halloween decorations. You can't see it. Yeah, that stuff's up there. Well, it'll be up there year round. It's not Halloween decorations. Yeah, I know. I really have to get some cleaner and clean these doors. But what's your guilty pleasure? Cheating on my low sodium diet, I guess. That's the biggest one. Yeah, I'm trying to think other guilty pleasures. I drink occasionally. That's not really. I guess that could be a guilty pleasure. I don't feel guilty about it. I'm well allowed to have that. So probably the main thing would be like just blowing my diet to throwing my diet to the winds and going out and getting a big old cheesesteak and onion rings, and or go to one of the Mexican places and get like a big Chinese, a big California burrito, chow down. So, what's the current show you binge watch? I don't really watch TV or movies or anything else other than the local news. And I usually only watch that for the weather. Excuse me. I mainly watch YouTube. Sometimes I'll just put it on and let it run whatever random thing they pop up. Other times, I've got subscriptions. I've got a TV sitting in here, and while I'm on the computer on Facebook, or if I'm sitting here doing, something like this, or whatever I'm crafting on, then the TV's usually running in the background, and it's usually on YouTube, and so I don't really binge watch anything. Although there have been times where I'll find something that I really like, a new channel, but they don't have a whole lot of content, and I'll watch the whole channel, or everything they've got. But that's about it. What item can't you leave the house without? My keys, for the most part. Lately, it's been my phone. For the longest time, I hated cell phones. I hate phones of all types, especially cell phones. When the old miss got sick, I went and bought one. I bought a phone like this size to sit in the hospital and get on the internet with. And I didn't really give anybody the number other than family. So, and then I blocked all incoming calls other than people that I know or whatever. And I pretty much kept it that way. This phone has got something on it, and I don't remember what it is. But if you're not in my contact list, then the phone doesn't ring. You can call it, but it'll show on here, but it doesn't actually ring. So, is that a cool picture or what? Let's see. My son took that at the youngest granddaughter's birthday. They were at a state park a little further south in Florida. Where was I? Oh yeah, but more and more, it's the I can't leave the house without this, and a lot of that's because of YouTube, and I like getting on the internet when I'm out. If I'm sitting watching the beach or whatever, and I want to play around on Facebook or just getting out and about. And like I said, I use it a lot for just the camera. So, what's your favorite holiday? Okay, what's the current show you binge watch? Are you a morning person or a night owl? I have been a night owl most of my life. I used to like running the midnight shift when I was on the ambulance. I liked driving at night when I was doing driving. Once I got hurt and I was out on disability, I would stay up until the sun came up and then go to bed. One of the reasons for that was because the old miss says I snore. I don't think I snore. I never hear myself, but yeah, she swore that I snored. So I usually went to bed about the time she was getting up, and yeah, so then I would sleep until midnight, or sleep until noon or 1 o'clock, and then be up again until 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 8, and then go to bed. Now, my life has totally changed. After the old miss passed, and of course, I moved out of the house we were in for 30 some years, and I'm watching the Grand Brat, and I need to be up at like 8:30 ish to be ready for him to get here, and then spend the couple hours with him, and then go get his brothers and whatever. And I'm crashing out at 12 o'clock at night, so I still think I'm a night owl, and I could fall back into the night owl thing with no problem. But for now, I guess I'm not a morning person, not by any stretch. I'm not a morning person, but I'm not actually a night owl at this point. What's your favorite genre of movies? Here again, I don't really do a whole lot of movies. There's one coming out, a zombie movie, Zombieland, I think, is coming out. And then there's another one coming out, I think, by Clint Eastwood. No. There's another one coming out that I'd like to see. But actually, the main types of movies I really like, the ones that I watch the most, and this is going to sound kind of ridiculous, but I like Pixar. From the time they first came out, I don't like the new ones so much. They're all Disney. But when Pixar came out, the first thing I ever saw of Pixar was the lamp that they did, Luma. I think that was the name. They did an articulated lamp, and he like danced around and whatever, popped around, and that really caught my attention. And then they came out with, I think it was A Bug's Life, or Ants, or one of them, and then up through Cars, and some of those, up until the time that Disney took over, I really liked all the movies. Disney has, I can't say they've ruined them, but they've changed them, and I'm not as fond of the later ones as I was of the original Pixar's. But and then occasionally I'll put on like a war movie, or something like that, or Raiders of the Lost Ark type movie. But they don't usually hold my attention real well. I'll cross them out and go back in and start watching YouTube. If something starts slowing down, yeah, I'm out of there. So there's a question down here. I'm going to jump to 20. And what is your favorite book and why? I used to be a ferocious reader. Unbelievable. I would buy 5-10 books at a time at the thrift store or the flea market, and just devour them. And all different genres, adventure, science fiction, adventure, true stories, history. I used to devour books with just constantly. And a few years ago, I got away from that. Again with YouTube. I don't read anywhere near as much as I used to. In fact, when we moved, I gave away or left behind a couple thousand books. And there's some of them that some of the science fictions that, Asimov and Carter and Clark. There's a bunch of them that I really enjoyed, and there's others, but I don't have any one favorite of anything, and that goes for books too. But I've even, like the Harry Potter books, I devoured Harry Potter books, and I've actually gone back through, and when it was like my grandson was reading one last year, and I was over there babysitting, and I sat down and read the book while the daughter and her husband were out. So I forget which one that was, Prince of Albajar or something. I don't remember, but I sat down and read the book, and I enjoyed it. But I just kind of I retain so much, even with my head injuries and whatnot. It seems like I can get back into a book, and I remember basically what's going to happen going through it, and I can read, or I could read. I don't even remember how fast I could read, but I can devour a book in a couple of hours for the most part. Trying to think of one author, Grisham. Grisham writes books. I'll still grab one of his books if I see a new one, and yeah, it doesn't take me any time. I'll devour that book. I'll be through it in 4 or 5 hours, and then go back through and read it again. But what's the last thing you bought? This. Stopped at Dollar Tree. I needed batteries for my remote, and I am doing. I'm handing out candy for trick-or-treaters at my daughter's new house, and I'm going to be a zombie Santa Claus, I think. So if you can look back and see a video that I just posted here recently, yeah, so there you go. That was most recent stuff I bought. What else was it? Oh, here they are. Hairbands. I usually go with just plain black. They were all out, and I'm all out, so I got these. And then I saw these. Oh, here's the batteries I bought. I saw these. They're head wraps, but they're elastics. And I was looking at them, and I went, And I tried it again. Yeah. So then I tried 2 of them. Yeah. So we'll give these a try as we'll see how well they work for slingshot rubbers. Maybe doubled up. Maybe put 2 together. Maybe put put 1 on either side as a double. And yeah, we'll give that a try. So, are you an introvert or an extrovert? I'm an introvert. I don't like people. I really don't. I don't like being around people. I don't like dealing with people. That's why driving was always such a pleasure for me. I didn't have to deal with people. It's real people-y when you get outside, and for the most part, I don't do people well. I don't do stupid people or ignorant people, drunk people. Yeah, I'm an introvert. I enjoy my own company. That's not to say I won't get into a conversation with someone. And of course I love the time with my family and close friends, but to get out and people, and not for the most part. That's why I've said it before on a couple of these videos. My mom wants to know who the guy is that she's watching, because it sure ain't me. She says I'm talkative and friendly and outgoing, and she says that's not you, and it's not really me in real life, I don't think. But it's not an act. So this is just me interacting with a camera, basically, and y'all are on the other end of it going, "Hey, Doc, what's up?" And I kind of like that part of it. But for the most part, I'm an introvert, which I think I got that right. I should actually Google that and make sure, right? No, I'm pretty sure. An introvert. I'm not. I'm not real people-y. I don't. I'm. Yeah. So. So I think that's it. Your name, from, born. What would your parents have named you if you were another gender? That's a really weird question. What is your biggest accomplishment? What's your eye color? What's your favorite cable set? So, yeah, that seems about to do it. Let me know what you think, folks. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If you'd like to check me out on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, I'll have links in the description box wherever it happens to be on your device of choice. I'll also put links to similar videos. You'll find Miranda's link down there somewhere. And you'll find my email, my snail mail. And yeah, so if your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. So I see y'all again. Hope you have a fandoculous day. Watch you, y'all. Bye-bye.